Before I start asking any other questions about your career, I wanted to talk about the history of the badge. Can you explain how you get your badge, how it's
Yeah.
made, the lore about that?
Yeah. So I've got one here. This is not one that I wore, but and this is one that's the bicentennial badge, and it's got my name on it there. And I mean they are pretty small badges. When you look at this badge and you look at my sheriff's badge, you know it's a totally different world. But the odd thing is I've got a ranger badge right in the middle of that one too. So but this is made from a Cinco peso, and the preferred year is 1947. So it actually is a coin. If you look at, you can see the ridges on the side there, and then when you look at the back of it, you can actually see the coin of that Cinco peso, and it's pure silver. And the reason that the Rangers opted to do that, it kind of changed over time, but this is what they've been doing probably for at least 50 years. This badge. Um, the reason they did that, because of the Rangers of old that go back to 1823, they made their badges out of whatever they could, which was generally speaking what was a coin. And they would just carve it out and use it. And so they thought that this would be a good thing to do, to mimic to some extent and to bring history along with the Rangers.
Okay, so if I have my history right, so first of all, a couple things. If I understand this right, there's really only three people in the state of Texas that actually make that badge.
I think you're right. And this is one of them. The other one is out toward the Panhandle, and I think one in San Antonio. I'm not
Okay.
exactly sure.
And then you tell me if I got this right. It's my understanding that when you start as a ranger, you start off as a sergeant, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you start off as a sergeant, you get a silver badge, but at some point when for lack of a better term, you go into management, but I don't think that's a correct term for a ranger. But once you get to that level, your badge goes from a silver badge to a gold badge.
Yes.
And I'm assuming you have a gold badge too?
Well, not as a ranger. I
Okay.
don't. I was a lieutenant, and the lieutenant still had the silver.
Oh, okay. So at what point in the Rangers do you get a gold
Well,
badge?
when I was there, it was the captain. So, but they did away with the captains, and now they got majors. So you go from being a lieutenant to being a major,
Okay.
basically in the regions, in the companies.
Okay.
And I think now there are 8 companies all across the state of Texas, and all of those majors were a gold Texas Ranger badge.
Okay.
And it's made from I think a 50 cent piece, actual gold. So they are really highly sought and very expensive.
I think they're all very sought after.
Yeah.
So, but getting back to that badge there, why a specific year? Why 47 or 46, and why a Mexican peso?
Again, it goes back to history, and it's just something that the Texas Department of Public Safety said, hey, this 47 is a pretty good size. It's full. It's sure enough silver. So let's stick with that.
Okay.
And I don't know, and this has been a question in my mind for quite some time. Are they going to run out of those things? But it seems as though they don't. But it's not just not just 1947. There are additional years too, I think, but most of them are 47.